ladies and gentlemen. Please accept our apology for the late beginning of the presentation. My name is Michal Plachy, and I am Delivery Director of U&SLUNO company, and I also was personally responsible for a project I will be talking about. Let me also introduce my colleague Daniel Mashek, who is a Senior Consultant for Category Management and Replenishment.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Today, we are going to tell you more information about the project we successfully finished in COOP Jednota Nové Zámky. The subject of the project was implementation of gold forecast as far as sales forecasting on article level, generation of orders, distribution in electronic way of orders to suppliers, and, of course, the evaluation of goals of the project. First of all, I will tell you brief information about U&SLUNO. Our company is a local leader in consulting and providing consultancy services for retail, logistics, and distribution. At first, we provide expert consulting services. We also implement a standardized solution. We make a modification to these solutions. And of course, we integrated these solutions to existing technological infrastructure at customer site. And all the delivery is supervised by high-quality project methodology. Let me also introduce a customer. Customer is COOP Jednota Nové Zámky, which belongs to COOP Group in Slovakia. This group has 22 members, and COOP Jednota Nové Zámky is the biggest one. Their turnover is more than 100 million euros. They have 114 stores and more than 1,000 employees. Stores are divided into 6 formats. The smallest one has 80 square meters, and the largest one, which the name of the format is called Temple, has almost 3,500 square meters.
We employ about 1,000 people. Our current retail turnover is 100 million euro, which makes us the largest member of the co-op system in Slovakia. We decided to start this project in order to no longer create the merchandise orders randomly, but rather on the basis of individual decision by the store manager. We wanted to get this area to a higher level, and so we don't have to create orders in writing, orally, or by phone, and also to improve the quality of the whole ordering process, and of course, to make it more simple. When we were deciding which way to go, and after we had managed some internal processes that had to precede the decision, we listened to and watched a number of presentations of store management solutions, as this kind of service is now being offered by various IT companies on the market. After the evaluation and consideration of these presentations, we decided for U&SLUNO, mainly due to the fact that we have known each other and cooperated successfully for a long time. We even used their central information system and some extensions, and this cooperation is essentially smooth. That's why we decided to choose them for this project as well.
What we did actually in the project, so we integrated the gold forecast engine and with all the ordering stuff behind the system actually, so that the forecast is generating the orders and putting back the orders to the system, so the store managers actually don't have much to change in their work. They just see the orders generated in the system and they can work with the orders. The orders are generated according to the expected sales, so there is no need of being afraid that the goods are missing or not sufficient, so we will show you later on the graphs. And the whole project cost actually plus 1 full-time employee in the headquarters, which is pretty acceptable, I think. And now please, the second video where we see how the customer perceives the changes.
Of course, first of all, we had to analyze all the processes. We had to define solutions and goals that we wanted to achieve. There were many workshops, and last but not least, we also had to involve our staff and managers of the stores who are directly affected by the software change in their daily work. It was a challenging project, but I think that thanks to our close cooperation, consultations, and basically non-stop connection, we managed all these problems step by step. In COOP Jednota Nové Zámky, I work as a marketing director. This section consists of 3 departments: purchasing, pricing, and advertising and promotion. Within the project of store replenishment, we covered the entire course of the project, and I participated as a project manager.
Now I am going to tell you a brief information about project. What we delivered. We implemented standard forecast. We ensured an integration. We designed and developed interfaces for other systems. We performed local modifications to standard solution. And finally, to provide the tool to customer to evaluate KPIs, we designed and implemented MIS and reports for evaluation. 4 months. This is the period from the beginning of the project to the start of pilot. The kickoff meeting started at the end of July, and the pilot one started at the end of November. During this period, we defined the project, we fired it, we analyzed the current situation, we designed expectations, we designed a solution, we registered requirements for the solution, and of course, we designed reports to evaluate the benefits. We made a development, we tested it internally, we trained key users, and we made an user acceptance testing with the customer. The pilot one, which was set to 2 stores of different format, started at the end of November and lasted for 3 months. Why so long? We had to develop additional modifications, and we had to do, together with key users, a lot of tuning, especially to presentation stock and mandatory items. When the pilot 1 successfully ended, we continued with pilot 2, which involved 4 additional stores. It means that we tested the solution on all formats of stores. And the full production started at the beginning of May, which continued by rollout to remaining stores. What was in scope concerning assortment? We did the solution to all assortment groups except 3. The first one is fresh, the second one super fresh, and the last one, it's clothes. We involved all suppliers supplying the customer with assortment mentioned. And the number of articles was more than 11,000. We expected very demanding customers' cooperation. I'm not going to speak about every point, but I just want to stress one thing which was really demanding in this project. It was the setting the right presentation stock for every format. We had to make a decision if we want to set the presentation stock for every store or to format. We discussed it with the customer and decided to define it to the format, but it was really demanding because there are up to 25% differences in square meters of every single store in format. So it was about long time tuning of the right presentation stock for format.
This project eliminated, to some extent, the subjective intervention and subjective decision-making of the store manager when making the orders, and possible preference of certain suppliers and assortments of the store. So the goods we want to have in the store are in the ordered draft, and these goods will get to the store. Of course, our main expectation about the project of stock replenishment was the availability of assortments at the stores, and we also had certain expectations about accelerating the inventory turnover. Those targets were mainly aimed at large stores, where they were also fulfilled. If I should reevaluate how the store managers approached this project, I think that they adapted to it positively, because after the software modifications, which were necessary for ordering, they had much more information at their disposal that they did not have at the stores before, and they themselves considered as important while making orders. For me personally, it wasn't difficult. It made my work much easier because when I come to the shop in the morning, the orders are already generated, and all I have to do is authorize and submit them. The main advantage of the system is that I spend much less time ordering, and so I have more time for communication with customers, for staff management, and to arrange other things I need to fix. Another advantage is that I don't have to order goods by phone, which also saves time and cost to the store. I don't have to deal with overstock, and I have a wider assortment. Also, out of stocks for regular and promotional assortments were reduced.
The benefits from the project. So the first project, to avoid the store manager's input into the creating of assortment, was clearly achieved. The second one, the reducing of manpower. So you can see on the graph that there was some workload at the beginning, during the phase, and after. Those are, by the way, the real numbers, like amount of stores, times, working store managers, times their shift, times their need for creating orders. So you see, this is a very interesting, because this is a turnover development of the forecasted versus non-forecasted stores during the beginning of the project, during the after pilot phase. So you can see that the forecasted stores perform, let's say, much better than the non-forecasted stores. In total, it was almost 5%, so which is, I think, great result for the situation. Another one, a stock turnover improvement. So again, we achieved to raise the stock turn in days, lowered the stock turn in days by 4.6%. And also this one interesting graph, the customer service level, like the shelf availability of the stores, of the products in the store. So you can see the customers struggled a little bit with this KPI. So with this with this project in place, so we significantly improved this store or shelf availability by more than 5%.
I think that some results will show up in the long term, as the project has been running for only a couple of months now. However, today we can already positively say that the project cleaned up the assortment, and that the merchandise offered at the stores is what customers want, and shows high value of sales. That's one thing. The other thing concerns the goods in promotion and the compulsory assortment, where the availability of goods at the store is absolute because it's not based on the mistake or the oversight of the user. When there's a promotion and compulsory assortment is determined, then the system automatically generates the orders so the store manager doesn't forget any of the items. I think that this project is demanding and really requires a lot of patience, painstaking work, and we're really satisfied with the fact that we chose U&SLUNO for this project. Cooperation is very good. We found understanding on their side, as the end user always finds some issues that the supplier of the solution must deal with. In the end, we were able to solve these problems thanks to the fair cooperation, and we were able to make this project more comfortable. It's necessary for the user to work smoothly with all of the processes, to like using them, and to feel that the process is not an invasion. Thanks to U&SLUNO, we were able to harmonize everything, and our organization perceives this as a successful project.